At 5:12 in the morning on April 18, 1906, Market Street is only beginning to wake. Streetcars wait on their rails, delivery wagons move between brick buildings, and the city believes another ordinary day is starting. This is a dramatized reconstruction. I am a fictional guide, but the disaster around me is based on documented history. A short jolt interrupts the silence. Windows tremble. Horses raise their heads. For a few uncertain seconds, people stop and look toward the buildings. Then, roughly 20 seconds later, the main shock begins. The pavement moves sideways beneath us. Streetcar rails bend. Overhead wires swing violently. Brick walls twist until their mortar fails. Glass bursts into the street. Cornices fall from rooftops, and people struggle to remain standing. I grab an iron lamppost, but even the ground beneath it seems to move in two directions at once. The strongest shaking lasts less than a minute, yet inside that minute, time loses its meaning. Chimneys crack, wardrobes fall, plaster rains from ceilings, horses pull against their harnesses, streetcars stop wherever they are. Thousands move toward open intersections, trying to escape the walls collapsing on both sides. Then, the motion fades. For a moment, San Francisco becomes strangely quiet. Dust hangs in the blue morning light. Survivors cough, animals cry out, and loose bricks continue falling from damaged buildings. Before anyone can understand the scale of the destruction, an aftershock rolls through the street and sends people running again. Far beyond the city, the San Andreas Fault has ruptured across hundreds of miles of Northern California. But inside San Francisco, the next disaster is already beginning. Damaged chimneys, overturned stoves, broken gas lines, and electrical faults ignite separate fires across the city. Fire crews race through streets blocked by rubble, disabled streetcars, hanging wires, and abandoned wagons. The alarm network is damaged, so messengers, bells, smoke columns, and shouted directions guide the response. I follow firefighters toward a hydrant, believing the water beneath the street can still save the neighborhood. The valve opens. The hose tightens for a moment, then collapses. Only a weak stream reaches the gutter. Underground water mains have broken during the earthquake. The city's firefighting supply is escaping into fractured soil and damaged streets. A fire that might have been contained inside one room now climbs an entire building. Within hours, roughly 30 separate fires are burning. From Market Street, smoke rises in several directions. Each column marks another route that may soon close. The avenue is still recognizable, but its streetcars, storefronts, wires, and sidewalks have become an obstacle course. The Call building disappears behind smoke. Near the waterfront, the Ferry building remains a landmark for survivors searching for transport, relatives, and information. South of Market, closely packed wooden buildings give the flames almost continuous fuel. Victorian houses ignite through broken chimneys, windows, and rooftops. Wind carries burning fragments over firefighters and starts new blazes behind lines they believed were secure. Staying downtown becomes more dangerous by the minute. Our clearest route now leads west. Families load bedding, food, clothing, photographs, sewing machines, and cooking utensils onto handcarts, baby carriages, wheelbarrows, and wagons. Soldiers from the Presidio enter the city to support firefighters, police, hospitals, and evacuations. Their presence brings order to some streets and fear to others, because authority is being improvised inside a city with broken communications. By afternoon, separate fires are merging into fronts too wide for the remaining crews to surround. When night arrives, smoke turns the sky black while the flames create an orange horizon. Thousands watch from parks, vacant lots, cemeteries, and open ground beyond the fire. With little water available, officials turn to dynamite. Buildings are demolished in an attempt to create gaps the flames cannot cross. Some fire breaks help, others fail. The use of explosives becomes one of the most controversial parts of the response. At the United States Mint, employees and firefighters defend the heavy stone building with its own water supply. On Nob Hill, mansions and hotels burn beside ordinary homes. Chinatown is engulfed as well, displacing a community that already faces severe discrimination. The earthquake has damaged buildings, but it has not erased the prejudice shaping who receives shelter and where. Chinese families are moved through separate relief arrangements, while the wider population continues west under the same rain of ash. Van Ness Avenue becomes a critical boundary between the advancing fire and the western neighborhoods still standing. Crews demolish structures along the avenue and defend the exposed line with every source of water they can find. I cross with the refugees, knowing that if this line fails, the road to the Presidio may close. The Western defense slows the flames, but the center of San Francisco continues burning behind us. Aftershocks continue through the night. Exhausted survivors wake at every vibration, reliving the first minute again and again. San Francisco will rebuild, but every tent behind me carries the cost of the minute that changed the city.